What's up, everybody? I'm Rick.
And I'm Anna, and welcome to our review of the 1934 movie The Thin Man. For those of you who are new here, hi, hello, welcome to our channel. Please subscribe to this channel, which is dedicated to Rick and my bucket list of 101 goals and dreams that we hope to accomplish in our lifetime. And one of those goals for us is to watch every movie that was nominated at the Academy Awards for Best Picture from 1927 to 2028.
That's a lot of movie.
101 years of Best Picture nominees and their respective winners. And we are currently doing 1934, which is the 7th Academy Award year. It is the 8th year for us because we've also done 2019. And up until now, we have watched 52 movies and
including this one.
Yes. And we have discussed two unavailable movies.
One is Lost, The Patriot.
Right, and the other one is at UCLA. We will see it someday. For those of you who don't know, the way this review is gonna go is the first part is going to be spoiler-free. So if you haven't watched the movie, don't worry, you can stay for the whole first part and you won't get spoiled. And the second part is a spoiler-filled section, in which we will discuss more in-depth certain scenes that piqued our interest, and we will spoil. However, do not worry, we will warn you before we get to the spoiler section. And at that point, you can go to the timestamp in the description box below and jump right at the end of the video to the ranking section. Because we are ranking all the movies that were nominated for Best Picture in 1934. But before all of that, I'm gonna give you guys and Yurik some information about the movie.
Oh, hit me with that info.
Right, trivia section. The Thin Man, 1934 movie. It's an MGM pre-code comedy mystery B-movie that came out on May 25th, 1934. You know what a B-movie is? I didn't know before doing the research for this movie.
I don't know. I have an idea, but tell me what...
It's a budget movie.
Oh, okay.
As the name says, it's a movie made on a budget, like on a low budget. Movie is based on the novel with the same name by Dashiell Hammett, and it was directed by W.S. Van Dyke. Do you recognize this name?
Van Dyke.
Sounds familiar?
Yes,
Tickle something there? Okay, let me tell you. Also the director of Trader Horn.
Trader Horn? Oh, okay. No.
Yeah, right?
No.
My thought exactly. Very different kind of movies.
Yeah.
The movie stars William Powell as Nick Charles, Myrna Loy as Nora Charles, Maureen O'Sullivan as Dorothy Wynant, whom we've seen before.
Dorothy.
I don't think you remember her. I have to tell you because she looks very different. She was Henrietta Barrett in the Barretts of Wimpole Street.
Oh.
Very different, right?
I guess it's the clothes more so.
Yeah, I suppose.
Yeah.
Movie also stars Edward Ellis as Clyde Wynant, whom we've also seen before in I'm a Fugitive from a Chain Gang, Porter Hall as Herbert Macaulay, last but not least, Skippy as the dog. And I had to mention this actor here, this character, because Skippy is a famous dog actor actually.
Oh yeah?
She has her own, I think it's a girl.
Skippy? I don't know, it sounds like a male name, but could be.
The dog has its own IMDB page and a Wikipedia page and 20 movie credits.
Famous dog.
Yeah, really, really famous.
No Academy Award for him though. When are you gonna give Academy Awards to animals, eh? The Academy?
Movie was a great success. It had glowing reviews when it came out and throughout the years ever since. The American Film Institute named it one of the greatest comedies in the previous 100 years of cinema in the year 2000, when they were making those 100 years, 100 whatever lists. The movie is listed on the 100 years, 100 laughs list. It currently holds a 97% approval rate on Rotten Tomato.
Oh, nice.
Which is so impressive, right?
Yeah.
97%, that's a lot. And famous movie critic Roger Ebert said about the movie that it is a murder mystery in which the murder and the mystery are insignificant compared to the personal styles of the actors.
I can definitely see that.
I could see it, yeah, definitely. So I mentioned earlier that it was a budget movie, right? A B movie. So the budget for the movie was around $220,000 and it grossed over $2 million.
Nice. That's
total.
a
So
return on
worldwide.
investment that you want.
Yeah, so it was a great success. Apparently, it still is because people have only good things to say about the movie.
What about us? Do we have good things to say?
Do we?
Stay tuned to know.
I don't know. Let's see in our spoiler-free section. So I guess we're gonna start by answering that question. Do we have good things to say about the movie? Rick,
I have
what do you
only
think?
good things to say about this movie. I loved it.
Yeah,
it was
I agree.
delightful.
It was just wonderful
Yeah.
movie. Great story, great characters, great mystery.
Because here the review says, the mystery takes the second step. I was still very interested by the mystery and the whodunit murder case, but also he's right. The characters shine. Every one of them. It's easy to pin Nick as the centerpiece of the whole movie, but everybody else I feel like did a great job. Especially Mirna, who plays his wife. Their chemistry, the two of them together, that was so funny to watch throughout the whole movie.
They worked well together.
Yeah.
I liked her personality. Well, the personality of the character.
Yeah.
I felt like it was such a great match for his character.
They were
It
so
worked really
playful,
well.
the two of them.
Yeah.
I loved it. I love the story. I love I guess we'll get into some of those details. But yeah, in large, I love this movie.
Yeah, I enjoyed it too. I thought it was really entertaining. It's really captivating. It really keeps you guessing and thinking throughout the movie. Obviously, it's a murder mystery movie, so
That's its job.
yeah, that's the job. So, but it kept us guessing all the time. Oh, who did it? Oh, what is this person hiding? What is the secret
Until the
here?
last minute, I was
Yeah.
switching my idea of who it was, and then in the end, we're not gonna spoil anything here, but yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, let's talk a little bit more about performances. So we said that William Powell, who plays the main character,
Great.
was just amazing, and he had great reviews of his performance in this movie. But what did you think about the other characters? Because there's a lot of characters involved in this movie.
There are a lot of characters, but I feel like everybody, they have a role to play and they do it perfectly. Whether it is the detective that's in charge of the case, who's kind of, fumbling a little bit with the whole thing, and you can feel it through his character, through the portrayal. Whether it's the family of the victim, or people that are
They are just
suspect.
the
in
suspect,
case.
the suspect.
Everybody is given these etiquettes, and
Yeah.
you believe in them. You
Yeah,
believe
because that's how a movie like this works. Is when you are given the characters, they're all in their kind of little boxes,
Yeah.
and you look at them individually, and you'll think oh, this person is suspicious now, and now this person is suspicious. This person is saying something weird, or they're doing something weird,
Exactly.
It's
At any given
every
time.
point, yeah.
And it works because everybody plays their role to nearly perfection. The daughter, you believe in, whatever emotion she's portraying. The ex-wife, people that they're suspecting, you believe that oh, maybe he did it, maybe he's lying.
Yeah. And I think it was great because the mystery is on different levels. So, how everybody has their own secrets that are not
Yeah.
necessarily related to the main case, but you don't know that.
Exactly.
So you have to separate the things, which are the secrets that are just that were just always there, and which ones are the secrets that are related to.
Because you're lying right now to protect your own personal secret.
Yeah.
But does it have anything to do with the murder
Yeah.
or not?
Exactly. Yeah, that's. I think it was very well done. And I feel like a movie like this, it could go wrong easily if you don't put it together well. It's like a puzzle.
Yeah.
All the pieces have to fit in, so that at the end, when you get the reveal, right, it's not where did that come from?
Exactly.
You
No,
know?
it's very easy for a murder mystery to go wrong.
Yeah, but this one didn't.
Either it's too obvious and you're spending the whole movie being why am I even watching this? It's obvious that it's this guy or that person. Or, like you said, at the end they reveal who it is and you're that comes out of nowhere.
Yeah.
There's no indication throughout the movie.
Because if there's one thing that I don't usually like in movies like this, is when at the end the detective or whatever, the person who's trying to solve the mystery, comes up with some answers that he discovered, but they're not being mentioned in the movie.
Yeah.
So that's not fun. It's just not fun. You have to keep us guessing. You have to give us a chance to to find out who it is.
You have to be able to rewatch it and then see some of the ends.
Yeah, exactly. In that way, I think it was greatly done.
Yeah.
Like, great storytelling, great writing, great performances, amazing performances. Just like the characters, everything.
All around, yeah.
Yeah. So, Rick, would you recommend this movie?
Oh, no, go watch it right away.
Obviously.
Like, there is no doubt about it. Yeah.
It's so good, and I feel like it's still actual. And I guess we didn't talk much about the look of the movie, but I feel like it looks great too. You know, it gives you that feeling of mystery even through the way the scenes are being shot.
And some of the scenes when Nick is like investigating throughout towns, like there's that feeling, even though it's in black and white.
Yeah. No, but you definitely feel it. So go watch this movie. You won't regret it, I promise.
Yeah, it's so fun.
Yeah, I think that's about it for our spoiler-free discussion. Don't forget, if you don't want to get spoiled, you can go to the timestamp in the description box below, jump right at the end at the ranking section, where we will rank the movie. And for the rest of you who've either seen the movie or don't mind getting spoiled, let us move on to our spoiler-filled discussion. So I will start this section the way we always do. I'll give you a short synopsis of the movie. Former detective Nick Charles and his wealthy wife Nora investigate a murder case, mostly for the fun of it.
Right.
You feel it. You feel that it's for the fun of it. You feel that his involvement is only out of like, well, not only, it's his friend.
No. But at first, he doesn't even want to get involved. It's the wife who's like kind of bored and she's like, oh, come on, do it, you know?
I feel like he doesn't want to get involved because he doesn't want to get back into this whole like detective stuff. But at the same time, his curiosity is getting the best of him.
I think he's curious and he's asking some questions sometimes because, you know, it's in him.
Yeah.
But the moment where he really gets involved is when it involves him, you know?
Right.
Like he even says something like that, like the case came to me, like there's no choice now.
Yeah.
Some of the suspects are coming to see me. They're shooting at me, like he has to do something.
I think that maybe the decisive moment for him was when he discovered the body.
To me, it seems like he really wants to start investigating when his own life and the life of his wife are put in danger.
Yeah, I think so. Yeah, that's true, because that comes before. Yeah. That's when he gets more involved into it.
Because before even finding the body, he goes around with the police in charge of the investigation, you know, to question some people, and he gets involved more from that point on when he gets attacked in his home, because at that point, like, the case came to see me, like I have to do something.
Yeah, exactly. And whether his involvement was voluntary from the beginning or not, it doesn't matter, because he's such a good detective that from the beginning he got a lot of clues.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Like by talking to people, hearing what someone had to say, what someone else had to say. He's good at putting things together.
He's so fun. Him and his wife, they are so fun to watch.
I guess let's talk a little bit about that, a little bit more in detail about that. The conversation that the two of them have.
Yeah, like the banter that they would have, and sometimes, you know, it seems like they're arguing, but not. They're just having fun with each other.
It's also funny to, like, I get the feeling that their characters are, like, just a little bit drunk in most of the scenes.
Yeah. I mean, he drinks most of the time.
Oh, yeah, that's true. And when they're having the party in the beginning, the first party, when all of those weird people are showing up, the wife is just like, oh, look who he's bringing in my house. Like, whatever, do you want a drink?
But at the end, she was like, I love you because you have such weird friends.
Yeah,
you know?
Exactly.
And so...
But she was like, so, you know, going with it, like...
But that's a big part of it, you know. She was pushing him to participate in all of this because, you know, she's rich, so he stopped working because he doesn't have to. But she's bored also, so she's like, oh, come on, let's do it. Let's investigate. She even tries to follow him in the investigation throughout the movie. Yeah. Which is a nice contrast with the end when he asks her, like, do you want me to be a detective? And she's like, no.
Well, I guess technically he's a detective. He's just retired.
He's retired, yeah. But what he means is, like, she was pushing for him to do the job. And then once she realized what it really means, she's like, okay, no.
Yeah, that's too much. It's fine. It's fun every once in a while, but let's not get ahead of ourselves. Mm-hmm. Then let's move on to that ending scene with the big reveal. Yeah. So there are two main reveals actually there. First of all, that Clyde, whom everybody else was suspecting as being the murderer, turns out he's actually the first victim.
Yeah, he was dead.
He was
for
dead
months.
from the beginning.
Mhm.
And well, the second one is obviously who is the real
The real
culprit.
killer, yeah. And I guess one of the hints towards that was that he promised his daughter that he would be there before Christmas, and the daughter even says like he wouldn't break the promise.
Right.
You know, so
He said he'd be here, so he would.
by
be
then
here.
we should have known something was wrong with him not being like present, even though the lawyer was saying, "Oh, I'm getting calls from him." That should have like
Yeah, that's
also been
it's a little,
suspect.
that's a little bit. But if you don't know that he's
Yeah,
there,
exactly.
then you
We
don't
glossed
know.
over it.
Yeah.
We were like, oh, because what I was thinking was that somebody else was calling, pretending to have either met with him or to be him, to say like, oh, he's at the port or he's
No,
at that,
you know
that place.
what I was thinking actually throughout most of the movie was that he was like he realized what was going on, like maybe once the first official murder happened,
Yeah.
and he realized that it was being pinned on him, so he was just hiding while trying to solve it.
Discover
like,
who
yeah,
did it,
exactly. Like that's what I thought. I thought he was just hiding, waiting for the police or the detectives or someone to find the real culprit.
Yeah, but turned out he was dead
Yeah.
all along, which is kind of sad because I liked him. He's just there at the beginning of the movie, but I liked his
Yeah, I
character.
really liked his character. It's
Yeah.
really sad.
But I really love how they do the reveal because he invites everybody who's been involved in the case to a dinner.
Yeah.
A dinner party, and he says,
Oh, the times when you could do that, huh?
the culprit is in this room. You know, and already your head is going, you know, like, oh,
Yeah.
okay, so who?
Who
It's-
is it?
Who
Oh my
is
God.
it? It's one of these people. And then he's whispering to his wife the whole time, like, I don't really know who it is, but we'll see
Yeah.
throughout the dinner. And you see how the conversation unfolds. You know, he brings forth theories that he has, and even the wife asks, "Are you sure that happens like this?" And it's like, that's the only
Like reasonable way.
possible
logical
answer,
way.
yeah.
Yeah.
And he just push further until somebody cracks and reveals themselves to be the killer, you know?
Right.
Like, he didn't know when he began the night exactly who it was, but by the end of the night, the killer made himself known.
Right. Yeah. So I thought that also worked.
That was
worked
so
really,
clever.
really well.
Yeah.
Because I think it's not. It wasn't that obvious for him either. So obviously it couldn't have been obvious for us either.
Yeah.
You know,
Mm.
because he didn't just put together pieces of the mystery that he found out throughout the movie, and then when the dinner started, he knew who it was.
No.
He just wanted to give a big reveal or something like this. No, he didn't actually know. He maybe had some suspicions. He had some suspects in mind. I'm sure that to him, not everyone at the table was a suspect.
Yeah.
You know.
But he knew that, like, by going through the story of what he thought happened, he could tell either from people's reaction or from, obviously, the killer trying to cover his track by killing the ex-wife.
Yeah. Right.
That, like, obviously it's him, you know.
Yeah.
But I thought that was a very clever way to do it because we're so used to the Sherlock Holmes type who,
Yeah.
like, comes in and is like, actually, I know the answer and I'm going to tell you through, like, this long conversation that I discovered that clue and that clue and that clue, which led me to believe that it was you. But no, he didn't know.
Yeah,
and
he
he
didn't
learns
know.
at the same time as us, almost.
And I feel like that conversation was also so like cleverly written.
Yeah.
It worked so well. It was good. It was just so good.
Because the way he does it, I really love this. I keep remembering some scenes, is that he makes a statement and then names someone and wait for their reaction.
Yeah.
And you can feel that he's just poking to see, like, how you're going to react, you know?
Yeah.
Like, when he says, oh, the killer is at this table, blah, blah, blah. And then blah, blah, blah just gets, like, whoever he names, you know, he looks for their reaction.
So, yeah. Overall, I think, really smartly written script and dialogue.
Yeah.
Amazing characters with great performances.
And
This
I feel
movie
like
is just a success all around.
I was a bit all over the place when talking about it, but it's a movie you really have to watch to, like, get a feel from...
Yeah, exactly.
how
Even
the
I feel like
characters are.
even in the spoiler field conversation, we tried not to
Yeah.
really give everything away.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, maybe
Go watch it, yeah.
go watch it. if you haven't and you still watch the spoiler field conversation, still go watch the movie. It's good. I promise. So I guess that is it. You have our recommendations?
Yeah.
Yeah? Okay. So let us move on then to the ranking section. So the ranking of 1934 Academy Awards Best Picture nominees as of now is at number 7, Here Comes the Navy, number 6, One Night of Love, number 5, Flirtation Walk, number 4, Cleopatra, number 3, The House of Rothschild, number 2, The Birds of Wimpole Street, and number 1, The Gay Divorcee. With the mention that we have also discussed the movie The White Parade, but we couldn't watch it, so it's not on the ranking list. I guess this time it is my turn to go first.
Yeah.
Where would I rank this movie?
Where would you rank this
Oh
movie?
my gosh.
I'd like to note that we talked about that last time, but the gap in quality on this list, you know?
Yeah, like the top movies are really
yeah.
good, the bottom ones are...
Like,
ugh.
don't get fooled by the fact that Cleopatra is 4 and, you know, Flirtation Walk is 5. There is a huge gap between anything below 4.
Yeah, exactly. Well, I mean, obviously this movie is going in the top, but I wonder...
What's your thought process right now?
But it's very difficult because I thought about it a lot, you know, is that this movie is so different from the rest of them, right? And we talked about that before, like The Gay Divorcee is different from like The Birds of Wimpole Street and The House of Rothschild. And now The Thin Man is again different from both of these like other types of movies that we've watched. So I don't know, it's hard to like place them because comedy wise it's better. I feel like this movie is smarter than most of them on the list, you know? But at the same time, I feel like The Birds of Wimpole Street, for example, has like a lot of depth into it as a movie, into the characters, the story and everything else, right?
Yeah.
So it's hard to like decide, you know, which one is just better. Overall, entertainment-wise, this movie I feel is more entertaining, The Thin Man, you know? It's what it's made for. It is to be entertaining. I think if I had to just, maybe we'll discuss about it and I'll change my mind. If I had to just say it by myself right now, I'd put it at number 2.
I thought you'd do that. I would put it at number 1.
You would? Oh man,
Yes.
but I thought about it. I swear I
Yeah.
thought about it.
Oh no, I would put, because you're right, you know, it's very hard to compare movies that are totally different from each
Yeah.
other, and then to compare stylistically stuff that one movie is trying to do, is trying to like give you this deep family storyline, while this other one is trying to be like clever and funny. And can you blame a movie for not doing something that it wasn't trying to do?
Yeah,
So
exactly.
like it becomes very tricky, which is why I often go to just like, this is our personal ranking, you know, we
Yeah,
don't know
obviously.
the truth of movie qualities, you know.
Yeah.
And so since it's our personal ranking, we have to go with our personal thoughts and my personal
And impressions.
opinion. And my personal impression is I came out of this movie like so high, you know?
Yeah.
Like thinking, wow, this was like greatly written, acted, clever, funny, like it, everything that it tried to do, it nailed.
Like so well.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, you know what? I think you're right. I think you're right on that.
The chemistry here with the characters, because we've talked a lot about the chemistry between actors, because back then they seemed to love pairing actors together whenever they had good
Right.
chemistry. And here, like the chemistry between Nick and his wife, to me, is like one of the best like duo that we've seen yet, movie wise. It was just so
Yeah,
fun
I think
to watch
they were great together.
the whole time. Yeah.
Yeah, you know what? I agree with you. This movie, in addition to being funny and having like great storytelling, it's also really smart,
Yeah.
which is a plus, you know?
Because you could think, oh, it's a comedy, so the mystery is gonna be like second fiddle. The mystery is not really well developed. It's just really funny. But no, the mystery is also really interesting and intriguing. So yeah, no, to me, this one is number 1.
Yeah, I agree. Okay, so there it goes, number 1. So the ranking of the 1934 Academy Awards Best Picture nominees as of now, and according to our personal liking, is at number 8, Here Comes the Navy, at number 7, One Night of Love, at number 6, Flirtation Walk, at number 5, Cleopatra, at number 4, The House of Rothschild, at number 3, The Birds of Wimpole Street, at number 2, The Gay Divorcee, and number 1, The Thin Man. With the mention, once again, that The White Parade is not on the list because we could not watch the movie.
Yeah,
That is it. Oof. Okay, yeah, you know what? I'm happy. I'm happy with this ranking. Now that I said it, I'm happy with
Now
it.
that it's out there.
Yeah. That was it for our review of the 1934 movie The Thin Man. Thank you so much for watching. Don't forget that this channel is not just about watching movies, it is dedicated to Rick and Mine bucket list of 101 goals and dreams. And we do so many different stuff here, like travel, self-growth, learning new things, and we make videos about all of them. So if you're interested in watching us and following us through our adventures, don't forget to subscribe to this channel. Give a thumbs up to this video if you enjoyed it. Comment in the comment section below. Do you enjoy murder mystery movies? I'm curious to know. I really enjoyed them. I really enjoyed this one. Once again, thank you so much for watching and have a nice day.
Bye.
Say, how many drinks have you had?
This will make 6 martinis.
All right. Will you bring me 5 more martinis? Leo, line them right up here.
Yes, ma'am.